This driver says, have any of you experienced patient dumping from hospitals? Yesterday I was called to an ER where I was met by a young nurse. She started to put pads down on the seat of my car in case the patient peed or pooped themselves. I am to assume they wheeled out a woman who was at least 350 pounds, was completely out of it, and looked like she was dying. With the help of 3 hospital staff members, they could not pick her up to get her in the car. They asked them who was going to be at the house to help her get out, and they said her neighbor. The driver says that they started to think, if 3 grown adults can't get her in my car, how is one person going to get her out? I was not going to touch her for liability reasons. The poor woman was literally sliding out of her wheelchair onto the pavement, and I had enough. I told the nurse that I was canceling this ride because I did not feel comfortable. Of course. She leaned in and told me that she completely understands and that she advocated to the ER physician and head ER nurse to admit her to the hospital, that she was too sick to leave and they denied her request and called Lyft to take her away. I was sick to my stomach. By now, I'm sure all of you have seen that video of the woman kicked out of a hospital and later died in a police car. Wow. This felt like the same scenario. Rideshare drivers should never, let me repeat, never be put in this position. I agree. To move the elderly who can't help themselves, sick patients, or people with dementia, don't get me started on that story. And I don't know why they did not admit this woman. No insurance is my best guess. I feel I need to bring this to the hospital's attention regarding using us as their transportation system, and letting them know we as Lyft drivers cannot be responsible for the well-being of their sick patients. I made a TikTok about it when I was livid, and one after I calmed down. Maybe this will generate awareness. I'm still traumatized over this whole experience and would like to know if anyone else has experienced this before. Last thought on this: if this woman successfully did get in my car and pooped or peed on the drive, did the hospital expect me to clean up the mess? This is a biohazard, not to mention, if the pads didn't work, who would clean up my leather seats? Now I am pissed all over again. Okay, so what's so crazy about this story to me is the fact that the audacity of these hospitals to order their patients lifts, and the audacity for Lyft to make drivers pick up these patients who clearly need a better driver, like somebody who is trained to do this type of work. This should not be put on drivers. And then the fact that, I don't know if they still do it anymore, but I know that they have assisted rides where they only pay their drivers $3 and some change extra to pick up people and help them get to the house. Don't get me wrong. I never had an issue helping out my older people, the people in need, the people who are disabled. It's never been an issue. The issue to me is that you're placing sick people into drivers' cars, people that obviously need, a medical trained driver, somebody who actually is trained to help these type of patients get home, not a Lyft or Uber driver. And it's like the $3.50 is a smack in the face to a driver, honestly, because that's not even enough for the hard work that a lot of drivers have to do. Even though there's plenty of drivers that don't mind it, but when you have cases like this, when clearly they should have never called a Lyft and Uber, it's just ridiculous. And I really feel like it's becoming ridiculously unfair to drivers to be putting their car at risk of, somebody peeing on their seats. And mind you, my sister does Lyft, and she had a patient who peed on himself, and they only gave her $80 to clean up pee, bodily fluids. And I really feel like that is a slap in the face, because Lyft, you know that to get your car detailed, it's going to cost at least $200 to $250, at least, unless you can find somebody who really can do the job. But then on top of that, that means that the driver has to log off their app, so they're not even making money to clean up after a passenger who clearly didn't even know that they peed on themselves. And to me, it's like from throw up to pee to blood. I mean, anything that needs to be detailed needs to be paid $250 or $200, but $250, because at the end of the day, Lyft and Uber, you guys need to compensate the driver for the full cleanup fee, because nobody should be losing money because their passenger peed or pooped or threw up in their car or did something to their vehicle that now needs to be detailed. You guys need to quit being cheap and pay your drivers what they deserve. And it's looking like it's becoming a trend for these hospitals to be just sending their patients that they know that need somebody who is trained to take them home or where they need to go. They need to do better. First of all, Lyft and Uber drivers should not even be transporting passengers that are sick. Okay? That is a safety hazard. What if anything could happen, especially since passengers definitely don't want to wear masks, which I understand. Everybody doesn't want to wear a mask. But when you're coughing and hacking and not covering your face, when you're doing all this stuff in the backseat of somebody's car, you're not using hand sanitizer, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We don't know what these passengers may have as far as illnesses. I mean, look at COVID. Lyft and Uber never shut down, and they put their drivers at risk for COVID when people were literally dying, as they say. But yet, you didn't even care to make sure that the safety of your drivers was at the top. And you never cared. And it's just unfortunate that you guys are so money hungry that you choose money over a life, that you choose profit over your own drivers that keep this business going, that keep the money flowing in for you guys to be rich. And then on top of that, even during COVID, you guys wouldn't even pay the drivers more to be putting their life at risk. If they got COVID, they were deactivated, I believe. If not, I don't know. Anybody in the comments, let me know if you were in a situation where you ended up getting COVID and you had to let Lyft know. Tell me how they acted. Tell me what happened. Did you get deactivated? Did you not? Let me know in the comments, please. But honestly, let me know how you feel about transporting passengers that are patients that are either sick or that need medical treatment, that need somebody who is trained to transport these people. Tell me how you personally feel, and tell me, your own experience from driving around people who may have, peed in your car, threw up. Let me know how Lyft handled it for you, whether it's good, whether it's bad. I really want to know, because I know it's more bad than good. Let's be honest. And Lyft and Uber, you guys need to do better, especially when it comes to safety. Y'all should not be making drivers pick up sick people. It should be told to the passengers that if they are sick, that they cannot get in the car. Or they must wear a mask, even though I feel like the mask doesn't help. But if you're sick and you're catching Lyfts and you know that your illness could be spread, you should not be allowed to ride in the car. It's not okay. And it's not fair to drivers that they have to go above and beyond for pennies. Literally, pennies. And then anything could happen. They could have no choice, like this person, if he would have took that ride and possibly would have had to help this lady out of the vehicle. What if they got harmed? You know, it's just ridiculous. Honestly, it just shows you how much they care, and they honestly do not care about you, your safety, or your vehicle. They don't care so much that they don't even want to pay you for the inconvenience, the cleanup fee, the peeing on the seat, the throw up in your car. They want to give you chump change. Like I said, my sister got $80 for somebody peeing on her seat. And on top of that $80, she still lost out on money because she had to log off to clean her. She couldn't pick up nobody else. She had to find a way to get this pee out. So something needs to be done, Lyft and Uber, because drivers are not trained to be picking up passengers from the hospital who obviously need somebody who is trained to take them home. It's unfortunate that these drivers have to go through this type of stuff. And it's ridiculous. So let me know, you guys, in the comments. Let me know your experience with these type of rides, how Lyft and Uber handle it. How do you feel personally? If you were in this driver's shoes, how would you feel to go pick up somebody from the hospital, them looking like they don't need to even leave the hospital, and then them needing 3 people to help them get in the car while they're sitting on a pad because they may pee or poop on themselves? Which, if they do, Lyft and Uber may only give you $80 now compared to back then. Let me know how you feel. And thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. You know, commenting, liking, subscribing. I really appreciate you guys. I'm trying my best to keep up with bringing more content to this channel. I have a couple other channels that I am working on and a business that I am working on. So life has been, you know, very busy for me. But I'm trying to do my best to keep you guys, you know, entertained. And, you know, please let me know. Comment. Let me know how you feel about this. Have a good day, y'all.